Hi, Kare with Kare's Heart, and I had a really good week this week. We got to do abstract paintings, and I didn't know how much I liked doing abstract paintings, but I really do. We had to do 4 on paper, and then pick one that we really liked, and repeat it on a painting in oil. So I did that, and I am wanting to show you this, but I'm gonna do it a little bit different way so you can see them better. And I've got some really interesting news. You know, either last week or the week before, I told you, it was the week before, that I had found this great artist online by the name of Matt Tommy, and he has a podcast called The Thriving Christian Artist, and how that changed how I work in my studio. And I wrote him an email and said, I'd really like to have you on my show. Would you consider that? And he said, yes, and we're doing it tomorrow. So that's exciting. I'm really wanting to interview him. He's got amazing podcasts, and loads of them, and I'm taking his course as well, and part of his community. So this has been interesting. So that's one thing. I want to show you they were called studies, my 4 abstract studies, and how I did them. So this is one of my first abstracts. It's got a flower in it, but it's abstract sort of realism. But we were to take 3 colors, basically, and do inks first, and that's this that you can see. And then we did paints, acrylics, and then I did pastels, and blended them, and it was fun. This is not my favorite one, but I like it. I liked all of them. They were just, here's another one. Let me see if this one, let me show you. This one, this is my favorite one. Let me see if I get that. Yeah. And it's the purples and the oranges and the pinks. But when I put the inks down and they made these funny lines, I saw that little guy sitting up there. So I sort of augmented him a little bit. And then I thought, well, look, there's one there. So I made him a little bit clearer, and there's one up there. But, this, I drew a little bit. This is a little one of these, what do you call them? Like this. And then I spray painted them. Yeah, these all have spray paint in them. And it's just, all the different tools. But there's so many layers on this that it was just fun. I've found something I really like. So let me show you another one. So this is another one. And this is same thing. Same kind of, I put some of this down there with spray paint, and you can see some of the oils and paints, and this is just scribbles. And this kind of, the thing I like about abstract is everybody sees something different. like I see a person walking. See, there's one foot, here's the other one. He's got arms. I was gonna maybe draw in a face somehow, but I decided no. And then this was just fun. So that's my third one. And then this is my fourth one that I did. And this too, one of the things that you see in this, there were a lot of little dots. And so I started outlining them. So look at all the little bubbles and dots. And here's, even in there's dots. And here's some more, and here's some more. And that just was fun to do. So those are my 4 ones on paper. And I put tape around the edges and then pulled that off. That's why they look neat and clean. But then I was asked to do a big one, an oil painting, and I did that, and I'm going to show you that. So last week I showed you, this is the wolf, and this was one that I have all sorts of mixed media in it, behind it, but it's as much as I'm going to do on this one. I like the wolf. And these butterflies up here are part of the, where I collaged it. And then I painted them in an iridescent. So they kind of really show up. And here's a little fairy looking over that branch. And this tree has a hobbit hole in it. I think it's where the fairy lives, actually. And there's just layers and layers and layers. I put some leaves on here that I just painted over one of those little stencil things. And I don't know. That was not as much fun as I thought it was going to be. Was not as much fun as those abstracts that I did. But what I want to show you next is this one. So this is my abstract that I did. Let's see if I can get it closer. Yeah. Cool, huh? I love this. It was so much fun. I took the 3 colors. I took the purples, the aquas, and the oranges. And this is gold leaf. Can you see how it shines? Yeah. But this has many, many layers. And that's my groceries coming. That's my doorbell. So this has many layers, and as the closer you get to it, you can see this is iridescent. There's drawing in there, very, very tiny little drawing. And this looks like rays coming off of this drip here, and this is all iridescent. And then this is like fluorescent and iridescent. But the closer you look, like you probably can't see this on camera, but like there's lines coming off of that. There's lines coming down this way. There's just so many little intricate details that, I could keep going and going and going. One of the hardest things for most artists to do is to know when to stop. I think I stopped after putting the gold leaf on it, but I still could do more. I could add so many more layers to this, but I think I'm done. I like it. You know what's fun though? Look at this. The thing with the abstract is no matter how you turn it, it's interesting and different. Look at. I think I know which way it goes. And I think it's this way, the way I originally had it. But, oh, you want to see something funny that I found? You see this little thing? It's a little brush. It's actually a brush. But when you use pastels, and you say I put pastel up here to make that stand out a little bit more, then I can take this little brush and it makes it look like it's more part of the painting rather than just laying there. So this is a new favorite tool. But that was what I did this last week, and I'm going to do another abstract today because it's just so much fun. So I want to do a mandala reading for you, but I want to put it back down so you can actually watch it while I'm reading it. That'll be helpful. The mandala that I picked is called Malkuta, and it's one of my favorites, and it's actually, let me show you here first. Sorry about that. I'm back. Okay, so this is it. And you see there are two circles that intersect, and they form an almond shape in the middle. That's called Pisces. Oh my gosh. I'm not remembering exactly what it's called. It's a Pisces something Pisces. It's a special geometric structure that is very, you see it a lot in religious art. It's actually where, when the two circles intersect, that is like a portal or a doorway for, and a lot of times you'll see like Jesus walking through or Buddha in those something Pisces. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm not thinking of that term, but that's what that is. And it's a portal, it's a doorway, it's a way for information or frequencies to come through. And this one, you look at all the colors, and then these at the top and the bottom, these little signatures are biosignatures. They are sacred geometric forms that actually produce a specific frequency. And I've got ones for angelic frequencies and just a bunch of other ones in there that I need to just share with you at another time about biosignatures, because I learned how to do those from a gentleman from Egypt who is extremely famous for what biosignatures do. I mean, he's hired by countries to come and fix energetically with biosignatures, fix communities, fix buildings, fix... I'll tell you a funny one. So I have a book of all the biosignatures, and I studied with him, Ibrahim Karim from Egypt. And in the one book, it talks about him going to a place that raised chickens because they were having a lot of sick chickens, and they wanted him to come and figure out how to do it so that they would get well but not have to put any artificial stuff in their food, or to do it in a really natural way. And and he showed the biosignature that he used, and I have chickens. I have a whole bunch of chickens, and we have a chicken coop, but they run free range in my backyard during the day. And so I made a picture of that signature, biosignature, and there's a way to tell exactly where to put it. So I put it in the right spot in the chicken coop, and they had stopped laying, was why I was doing that. They had stopped laying eggs, and I put that up, and the next day we had like 10 eggs. This works. It's the most interesting, energetic information I've ever learned. So anyway, I want to read this I want to read this mandala card to you now. This is, I usually do a reading from my mandala cards, and this is a little original that I actually framed and I keep in my office. And here's the card. It's Malkuta. Malkuta is an Aramaic word. That's the language that Jesus spoke. And Malkuta is translated as kingdom, the ruling principles, ideals, and visions of the one being. And let me read you this. So as you view this sacred mandala, Malkuta, place your hand over your heart and say, Malkuta, the kingdom of heaven lies within. The vision of peace, balance, love, and gratitude is held within my heart of hearts. May light from our source awaken every frequency, every perfect ray, every pure color and quality within me. May this new radiance shine like never before through all of us. Malkuta. So I want to say thank you for coming and joining with me today. I've had a really good week. I don't even know what I'm doing next, except I'm going to do some more abstracts, but I don't know what my assignment is. And as soon as I do this video with Matt Tommy, I'll post this up too in my HeART presentation, although I'll still do one on my artwork for next week. So have a creative week. I hope this has given you a little bit of inspiration. Maybe just throw down paint and mess around with it and see how much fun that is. I love color. I love these colors together. And I'm looking forward to bringing you some interesting new information next week. So, bye for now. Blessings, everybody.